This is Meet the Candidates. Today we're meeting Mai Xiong, who is running for City Council at large. I don't know that this has been an open seat, so this is a very good time for us to let you get to know her. Hi, Ron. Nice to have you here.
Hello, Jerry.
What I'd like to do is start out with just give us a little background of what you do, and we'll go from there.
Yes. Well, first off, thank you so much to Valley Media for inviting me here today, and thank you, Jerry, for being amazing. I am a first generation immigrant here. So my parents and I originally immigrated here as refugees to Chicago in 1993.
Oh, wow.
But I've lived here. Eau Claire has been home to me for many, many years in the 90s when, before Hastings Business Way was there, we used to come here all the time. And then officially in 2005, we moved to Eau Claire. I did graduate out of North as a Husky.
Oh, okay.
So Eau Claire has been home for a very long time. I've lived here with my husband for over 14 years. We have 3 beautiful kids.
Oh, that's good.
All the age of 6, 10, and 12.
Okay.
So they all attend here. But currently I'm the Regional Director of Development for Special Olympics.
Oh.
Yes, and I've jumped on that role in August. Working with that, driving the Inclusion Revolution mission that they have over there. And then, but prior to that, I was a wealth advisor, did business management with a financial institution in town here. So so that's a little bit about me. My entire family's here. The first city council elected in Eau Claire was my great uncle, Joby Xiong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Okay.
very excited to continue that support.
Well, one of the things that I really want to know is what gave you the impetus to want to run for city council?
Oh, well, Jerry, my background comes from economic development, and I'm very passionate about community development. So I've always done a lot of the groundwork as far as previously I was the economic community development manager for a nonprofit in the Twin Cities, and then working here locally with like the Hmong Mutual Association, with Western Dairyland on various projects. And so it motivated me when this position came open, was that it's an opportunity to work alongside the Eau Claire City with their new strategic plan of being driving community engagement and driving economic development. And so I feel that as citizens, it's in order for us to make changes that would positively impact us is changes through policy. And so that's why I am here, is knowing that I have a lot of fellow citizens and fellow community neighbors that are feeling the same way I feel. We want to create a space to give them the voices and decision making. That's why I'm running.
Okay. Well, being that there are so many things going on in Eau Claire, and really the city council is a very diverse group, which is good. So tell me the kinds of things that you feel that you can bring to the council that others wouldn't have that opportunity to do.
Well, Jerry, for the last 14 years, my sole background is working with families of all incomes and all background on economic development, financial stability. And so that's through gaining capital access to starting a new business. So I've worked with small businesses, understand some areas, the needs of that. I also manage grants for affordable housing. And so that's what I did as an economic development manager. So seeing various programs that are out there that could really benefit the community here, just by being able to make intentional connections. And then I also have a passion in working with homeless prevention, and I did that, have a background in that also. So when we truly talk about community development, I'm there, and I administer federal programs for that too, and feel that it would be in much need for Eau Claire, especially at the rate that we're growing. Bringing some of these resources into town would would benefit our community.
And being that I won't be getting into too many of the questions because there's going to be the forum that's going to be happening and everything. But one of the things that I really wanted everybody to kind of have a feel for was what are some of the major things that you see that you want to address and look at if you get to be elected to the city council?
Yes, so I know, you know, having a stable economy is very important to families here, and that's something that directly I'm impacted as a community member.
Yeah.
And then a lot of my own families and friends and community members are impacted. Bringing stable employers and jobs that would be invested in our community is very important to me, especially now with like Phillips closing one of theirs. We've got a lot of job losses, but we are also growing rapidly with a lot of our new developments. So I'd like to see on how we could work together with employers to provide living wages for our families here to continue to meet that.
So in looking at kind of the newest highlight, I guess, is the affordable housing. Give us just a little bit of a feel, and especially since you have a background on that, some of the different things that you can bring to this council with your experience, to help us address that issue, because it is a big one.
It is, and affordable housing is a problem not just within Eau Claire, it's a problem nationwide. It's a growing problem, and I know that's something that it's continuously being talked about, and it takes, like the old phrase, it takes a village to raise a child. This is one of those problems where it takes everybody to come and work together, and having diversity in thoughts and vision is really important, especially being able to bring your developers to the table, your community members to the decision table, and then also, of course, the city, elected city officials and your lenders to really working. Because it's a huge community effort, and and that also includes the employer. Because we could talk to the builders about building, but costs is on the rise. And so there's always that connection. There is that connection. So when I talk about really making intentional connection, I worked on affordable housing in the Twin Cities, and that's one of the key things is being able to be open-minded and work with a number of stakeholders, and that's including giving spaces to our community members and our neighbors, neighborhoods to be at the table to really say these are our needs and these are some of the things that we're seeing. So I would encourage as city council for us to be open to having those conversations and to including and being intentional about the people we bring to the table, and then really looking at innovative ways to solve all problems.
Oh, yes.
Because it's not just the development.
There's no recipe out there for all of
There's
this.
not.
And if there was, it's changing anyhow.
Yes. And so I do truly believe, like, some of the ways that we could really work on affordable housing too is my huge part in the advocacy of affordable housing is homeownership education and resources. So, and that's one of those things where the cost of housing is constantly on the rise. Access to capital and access to down payment is always something. So financial comes to a huge play for some of our community neighborhoods. So,
So, in looking at what's going on, tell me why you feel that people should vote for you.
Well, I am a community member. This is my first time running for politics, but it comes from the heart. I truly believe that as a mother, as a student, as a professional and an active community member, that our community, we could do better. And we could create a space where all of our voices and each and every one of us matters, which is very important to me.
I think you're very much right on that.
Yes. So yes, I ask for your vote on April 7th because you do feel that we all should be included regardless of our background.
So, I want to thank you for coming in today. This is very nice to see the active involvement of everybody too. Is there anything, last things that you want to let your constituents know about your feelings on things?
Yes, well, actually, I'd like to encourage our community members. I know that the city has an open position. They're recruiting for their affordable housing commission that they have. So
Yeah.
I definitely encourage neighborhoods to jump on that because our voices matter. So we should be the driver of that. So
I agree.
go out and be active. Yep.
Well, Mai, thank you so much. Whatever we do, let's make sure that everybody gets out and votes, because that's the only way that we make things happen in the community.
Yes.
So thank you so much, I appreciate it. And if you have any other things that you'd like to let people know, just contact us and we'll let you do that.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it too.